House to Half. Preshow music fade. House out. Like you won. Go.
We are the In the Wings podcast, and today we're just going to be talking about our play that we're doing here at Valley High School. It's called Bang Bang You're Dead, and it's about school shootings. So today we're just going to talk about it, talk about how we're feeling about the play, why we chose it. My name is Trinity. I'll be the host. FYI, spoiler alert, don't watch this if you don't want to get spoiled on 13 Reasons Why.
My name is Cheyenne.
My name's Hope.
My name's Shekinah.
My name is Leah.
And my name's Nick.
Okay, guys. So for the people who are on the, play picking committee, why did we choose Bang Bang You're Dead?
The issue is a very big problem, so we thought it would be good to bring awareness to it. And
Can I say something?
Yeah, Shekinah, go ahead. Go ahead, talk, girl.
Okay, so Bang Bang You're Dead, it's not all about a school shooting. It's something deeper. It's about watching what you say to people and how you treat people, because the outcome can be very negative. And I think we should all tell people that, because people are very negative these days, and I just think that it's important and spread awareness about how you treat people, because it can end up very bad.
I agree with what Shekinah said. It's about how the people have been traumatized and how they're going to be scarred for life over it. How they're going to put up with this for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, so kind of like a political thing going on right now with school shootings, I guess. Obviously gun control and stuff, but also our play, without spoiling it or anything. Josh, the main character, who is the one who does the school shooting, was it really his fault? That's kind of a question going on here. He was bullied, so is it his fault that is Josh really in the wrong here? In the play. This is just in the play. So Josh from Bang Bang You're Dead, for those who, are in the play and who read
so
it.
That's a question to think about now. I think it is his fault because he did do it. It was his choice. He had the choice to either, even though he was angry, it was still his fault. No matter what, it's his choice. It's nobody else's.
Yeah, and I just want to let it be known that, whatever opinions you have, we might not always agree with them, but we will always respect them.
And discuss them.
And we'll discuss it and we'll talk about it, but this is an open space, My family, or my dad specifically, he would, we were talking about it the other day, and he was like, well, those kids shouldn't have been bullying him because, blah, 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 and I'm just, just how it was their fault because they shouldn't have been bullying him.
It's his choice to go shoot up the school. He could have chose something else, but his friends could have also helped to try and prevent that option from being an option.
That's a good point.
I feel like it is his fault, yes. But there was always stuff that could have prevented it. But I don't believe that, because you got bullied, you should kill the kid. No.
Yeah.
Okay, so me and my grandmother, we was talking about this, and we was actually agreeing that both sides are in the wrong. They bullied him. They pushed him to an extent where he was so angry that he had to do that. But then again, he could have prevented it. He picked up that gun and he said, well, I'm going to just shoot them because of what they said and what they did to me. He could have went to counseling. He could have talked to other people, but he made that decision to pick up that gun. You know how people, you don't know how people can handle anger, and that was his way of handling anger.
Josh has his own inner demons. We all have a darkness in us. We're not perfect. We're not made to be perfect. We're always going to make mistakes. Some people's mistakes are obviously bigger than others. So, we all have demons inside us that we have to control and we have to fight on a daily basis, whether we realize they're there or not. Yeah, Josh had his own demons.
And you let him get to him.
You let him get to him. So,
let them get the best of him.
I just think that's, kind of my opinion on that. How do these school shootings, impact? How is this impacting our country, those families, even the kids who are dying? No matter the reason as to why we're having school shootings, kids are still dying.
The impact is leaving a big scar on a lot of people, and the way they see things and how they're more open and careful about reality now to be aware. It's very traumatizing for them, and it's going to see their perspective a lot differently than what they did before.
It impacts the way guns are. Say someone goes hunting for fun. That's what they enjoy. That's what calms them down, is hunting. It would put a stricter gun law on those who enjoy that stuff and aren't trying to do any harm to other humans.
Yeah, I agree. That's also causing a big political, divide in our country, where all these school shootings are, bringing up all these issues on, tighter gun control and stuff like that. And, And then there's people who are really, really for it and really, really against it. We just have a complete divide in our country with all along with all the other things of why, you know, our country's, you know, kind of divided right now. But these school shootings are definitely not just impacting and affecting, you know, the families. They're affecting the way our economy and the way our people are as a whole.
I mean, it's so easy to get a gun nowadays.
It
Yeah.
is.
Unmarked,
I feel like we need to restrict
unlicensed.
it in a way. Like, I don't think they should take them away.
Okay,
But
they
I feel
shouldn't.
like, but we need to have stricter laws for certain things.
But yeah, there are definitely a lot of factors that, you know, play into, you know, gun control and the reasons why people are for it and against it. But, you know, we as, you know, high school students, you know, everyone else, we're being taught to be, you know, reacting to, you know, school shootings, you know. Okay, so it happens now, so what do we do then? You know, like how do we handle it now? But we need to be focusing on how to prevent it, because since it's happening so much, there's nothing you can do after it. I mean, once a child dies, they die and then that's it, you know. They go on to wherever's next, and now the families have to deal with it. They have to grieve. And you know, you can put more laws and stuff, but once it happens, it's done. It's over with. Like you can't go back after that. So we need to be focusing on how to prevent these school shootings, you know. Like we have our suicide prevention stuff every year, which is great. You know, we all need to know the signs and, you know, symptoms of depression and stuff, because half the reason why, you know, we have school shootings is probably because these kids are depressed and they don't know how to deal with it. The main topic we always talk about now is school shootings. It's not, so-and-so killed themselves. It's, so-and-so just shot up the school. So-and-so just took 5 lives with them instead of just their own. You know what I'm saying? So we need to be focusing on ways to prevent that. So how can we do that? How can we prevent these terrible tragedies that are happening in our country right now?
Because, like, we have the suicide prevention, but we cannot just, like, have a flat out, like, don't shoot up your school.
But we should have signs. Like, we should talk about the signs. Not, like, you know, okay, so we have the whole drill day where we talk about, like, how to act when it happens, but we need to talk about how can we prevent it and how can we see the signs when we do it. Like, hey, do you see your classmate be distant? Hey, do you see them act like looking up guns on their phones? Like,
Oh, this is real cool.
Yeah.
I should get this one for myself.
Yeah, like trigger words,
yeah.
you know, like something that'll, you know.
Like if they're doing something very, very suspicious that seems like really dangerous, you should talk to somebody, even though it has nothing to do with you. Tell somebody, because it could cause a lot of danger if you don't.
Kind of like how, you know, in like the 13 Reasons Why TV show, you know, after, you know, Hannah Baker killed herself, you know, the whole school has started having posters up, you know.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
For anybody that didn't watch it, sorry.
But you have to, like, put, like, a FYI spoiler alert, you know, don't watch this if you don't want to get spoiled on 13 Reasons Why, but we all know what happened, so I'm not hearing it. But, you know, at the end, like, you know, after she killed herself, they started putting posters up, you know, suicide prevention, what do you do if you need help? And, you know, Clay was really mad about it because, you know, it wasn't there before. It was there after.
Nobody
It was
cared
there
until
after.
after.
No one really wants to do anything until after it happens. And that's not how it should be.
And they still don't care even after it happens. They just forget it later on.
Yeah, they do. I mean,
Like, it's been a month. It's not going to happen again. You never know when it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
It
So
could happen in the
you
next
should
days.
always be
those
consistent.
kids didn't know when they were going to die.
You
No,
should always
Those
be
kids
consistent.
woke up that morning, went to school, thinking that they were going to be safe. Now
20
they
minutes
don't get
later,
to go
they're
home.
dead.
They don't get to go home. Their families never get to see them again. How can we, honestly, as just students, as leaders, as ambassadors, how can we spread awareness? What do we need to do to start? The stereotype of our generation is that we're lazy, that we don't want to do things. Our opinion, we don't care. Like, you know, the adults, our parents, you know, all of them, they're the ones who run the show. We're the ones affected by this the most. We're the ones who are dying right now. So just, like, how can we spread awareness, you know, just through this play? Bang, bang, you're dead.
Like, going back into the suicide thing, like, you know how counselors ask, have you ever thought about harming yourself? Well, what about if they ask, have you thought about harming yourself or other people? Because
They
that can
never
really
ask
and
break
other
down
people
stuff.
needs to be a stronger thing. There needs to be more.
That needs
You
to
can
be
form an
a
organization
question.
talking about problems. Like, it doesn't have to be just adults, because I know teenagers are uncomfortable talking to adults. You could talk to another student that's been where you are. Just
Like,
like
ask
maybe
if they're
start an
okay.
after school program, like just a circle, just to talk about your problems. I mean, that would be a good thing to start. I mean,
I actually really like that
I do
idea.
too.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank y'all for sharing your opinions. I want to thank those who are watching. Oh, listening. Sorry, those who are listening. My bad. And yeah, thanks for taking the time out of your day to hear about what we have to say about school shootings and the play that we chose. So, thank you.
bye.
If you would like to support In the Wings podcast, please email us at inthewings.pbp@gmail.com.
Making pancakes.
And waffles.